What's up, Foxtrotters? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, hello. It's so nice to see you all again. You guys look great. So stay tuned for the end of the video. I'm going to have a special announcement in the wholesome moment of the day, so definitely stay tuned for that. And today we're going to do a, you guessed it, r/anti-MLM video, because these are so funny to me. I just love them. I can't get enough of them. It seems that you guys feel the same way. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Deso. By the way, I did Google that and it just came back as a small town in Italy, like southeast Italy or something like that. So I have no idea. Maybe that's the style of the shirt. You know how LuLaRoe likes to name their shirts after women, but I don't know. I don't know anybody named Deso, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Does anyone have this for sale in a large? Mine got ruined in the dryer by my husband. I'm devastated. We'll pay immediately.
Okay, wow, that sucks that yours got ruined in the dryer. What type of material was it made from, though? Like, I don't know. I put a lot of stuff in the dryer, and I'm pretty haphazard. Like, when I do laundry, I don't separate out my whites and my colors and stuff. Like, okay, so sue me. I'm gonna get my... I have had a few pink or red items stain my clothing before, so it's not like I haven't had opportunity to learn. I just don't. But anyway, I seem to only buy clothing where I don't have to worry about that being a problem. Whereas here, seems to be a major problem. Also, I feel like you could hand make better looking tie-dye than that if you were really wanting tie-dye that much. I mean, I live out in the Pacific Northwest, which is, I don't know if you've heard of Ashland, but they have the huge Renaissance Festival there every year, and they have some of the finest tie-dye you've ever seen, so... and I'm pretty sure you could get it for cheaper than however much this monstrosity costs. Probably like $65, $75. Yikes. Oh, okay. Things like this make it really difficult for when I try to defend Huns occasionally by being like, hey, they're just people. Let's not attack them. But then stuff like this is like awful. This makes me so angry because I immediately regret defending the Huns. Because this is awful, and I would never, ever, ever endorse anyone to ever treat anybody like this, and then to walk away thinking that they're a good person. If you do this, in this moment in time, you're not a good person. I'm sorry, it's just, that's the truth.
Oh my gosh, girl. I just saw your post and wanted to reach out personally. Life is crazy, and I am so thankful that you are okay. I know this may not be the right time, but I couldn't keep scrolling without sharing that I have my own online business. I'd love to share this opportunity with you. No strings attached. I genuinely am looking to help other people change their lives.
You just used my traumatic event from yesterday as a way to slide into my messages as a way to offer your online business. I mean, just the level of just to hell with your morals, to hell with your values, just like straight up, this person had a traumatic event. Now is the time to tell them about my business. Like, how self-serving can you be? How self-serving? Obviously very, very self-serving. Yeah, this is tough because I do still think that when encountering the Hunbots, it is important to take the high road. I do think that. But in these cases here, this type of behavior is inexcusable. And I don't know. I just want to make that clear. I don't endorse this kind of behavior. This is really bad. Ugly behavior. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just ugly, ugly. So, it's old news, but I've been waiting to make sure everything got resolved. I left the MLM I was with. I find no reason to name it, as I'm sure this will apply to a lot of similar companies. I finally hit the point where I got so disgusted with the tactics that I couldn't do it anymore. And as much as I love being on my phone, I'm fully aware I have a problem, but speaking as someone with anxiety, my phone gives me an escape. I had to be on my phone almost constantly. So, full-time job with part-time hours? No. Lies, cold messages, phone 24/7. It all became too much and far out of my comfort zone for me to keep up. I wanted to do it initially for extra money, but the cons far outweighed the chance of scraping a few dollars in. And while the products didn't work for me, I had a couple of customers who it did work for, so I really can't even say if they did work. But was it a learning experience regardless? Yep. Lesson 1. Trust my dang gut. My gut was hollering at me the moment I signed up. I kept pushing it down and telling myself I could do this. I'd do what needed to be done without lying to anyone. But ultimately, my gut had the right idea the whole time. Lesson 2. Be careful who you trust, sister or not. No one else is looking out for me but me. Lesson 3. Utilize the Better Business Bureau when a company tries to rip you off. And read the policies inside and out. Because I read the policy so thoroughly and made a strongly worded argument based on their policy, I wrote a full-page single-spaced, only couldn't type more because of character limits, I finally got some of my money back after I'd sent back unused product. So, in short, don't sign up with MLMs. Though I'm sure most of you know this, and I was the one who tried to ignore my gut. But I learned a lesson and made it right with all of my customers before I left, so what's done is done. Well, I mean, I gotta say, I love a good story of someone becoming a former Hun. That's always a wonderful story. And definitely, to take away from this, definitely trust your gut. Like, you know that feeling you get right before you do something that you know is bad, and you get that sensation in your stomach or in your chest or wherever, you know, and you just know. Trust that feeling because it's usually pretty spot on. We're built with intuition. It's kind of a survival technique or method, if you will. So a lot of us forget to listen to it, and you know, it's good to hone up on those skills for your own sake. Trust the gut, and definitely read policies. That's definitely something I've been guilty of in the past, not with MLMs, but with everything in general, whether it's a phone contract or a cable company bill, you know, a contract with whatever. It's you just need to make sure you read the fine print for your own sake. And this is something I definitely need to take my own advice on, like for sure. All of us could. So trust your gut, read the fine print. I almost accepted her apology, but I've been blocked. There goes one of the very few friends I have, sad and angry at the same time.
Hi, friend. I'm super excited to tell you we're giving away 4 tickets to any Disney park this month. Hence, you can get an entry to win by posting on the wall for me. That will be your first entry. You can get a new entry for each post. What do you think? Are you in?
I can't believe that you would copy and paste this message on my birthday from your MLM. It is a pyramid scheme. I am not interested.
I wouldn't ask you to buy anything, and I wouldn't ever insult you by doing this. I know you don't buy into certain things. I really didn't think it would upset you. I thought it would be a good business practice to talk about the business. We'll agree to disagree. Pyramid schemes don't involve products. I'm just doing marketing. Did I seriously miss your birthday? I could have sworn I reached out. Happy late birthday. I'm truly sorry.
Oh, and this one, the last message. I'm not going to read it in the Hunbot voice because I feel like she dropped the Hunbot voice for this text as well, so... Sorry, I'm a crappy friend. This is definitely gonna stick with me. Well, good. Learned your lesson, I hope. That's really sad. Well, maybe if you find a way around it, you'd be able to get in touch with them again at some point, as long as they're out of the MLM, I suppose. But, I mean, yeah, as a friend, that would really hit me in the heart, kind of pretty intensely if they messaged me something like that on my birthday and also pitched their MLM. Just yeah, I can see why they're sad and angry. That's pretty much exactly the emotions I'm feeling right now. Oh my gosh, MLM's just ruining people's lives everywhere, just relationships in shambles, everything's on fire. It's just, oh god, it's like a modern day tragedy. Wow, Young Living really is out here doing the most. $175 for an oil diffuser? I could think of like 5 right now on Amazon that are like under $40 that look pretty decent, that probably work just as good as this, that also have remotes. This is so outrageous. See, the thing with these MLM products, it's not that they don't quote-unquote work, right? Like, I'm sure the diffuser diffuses the oils so that it smells good. I'm sure it does that. But there is absolutely no need for a $175 diffuser. They just take a really normal, basic, maybe even kind of lower end version of a thing and then charge exorbitant prices for it under the illusion that it's some kind of luxury item that would be impossible to get anywhere else, except you could get this anywhere else. In fact, you could probably go to Walgreens and they have like that As Seen on TV shelf. They probably have like 3 of these there that are like under $20. Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't spend $175 on this. Please, please, please save your money. If you really want to diffuse oils that bad, like if you really want to, please just buy a cheaper version. It does the same thing, I promise you. So this, when I initially saw it, I was like, oh no, it's a Hun engagement. But it's not. The Hun is responding to this post, which is, it's pretty cheesy, but it's cute. Whatever. You think this is cute. I pretend I cringe, but deep down I'm like, okay, fine, that's pretty cute. But whatever, anyway. Blank and I met at a party when we were teenagers. It had to be fate. He was from a city 30 minutes away from the little town where I grew up, and I don't know exactly why he decided to spend his Saturday night at a party in someone's barn, but I'll always be grateful for it. We partied hard, just as teenagers tend to, and this beautiful stranger took care of me the whole night. He left me with my friends at the end of the night. What a gentleman, might I say. But the next morning, I found his number in my phone. Head to the link in bio to see how he pulled off this perfect photo shoot proposal. Okay, well, that's whatever. But anyway, cute, okay. But the comment, "Hi, Hun." They even say Hun. I love it when they say that, when they're not self-aware. Oh, it's so good.
"Hi, Hun. I see that you are getting married. Congrats. As a wife myself, I know how stressful planning can be. I am a paparazzi jewelry consultant, and I have a beautiful jewelry selection that you can purchase for yourself."
Okay, first of all, I just can't imagine any bride, whatever budget she's on, I can't imagine any bride would want to be wasting any amount of money on terrible costume jewelry. Terrible costume jewelry. Just go to Icing or Claire's if they're still open in your area. It's the same stuff. I promise you it is. It's the same stuff. It's probably better over at Claire's because at least you're paying for it. You know what you're paying for, right? You get what you pay for. Except in this case, you pay a lot of money for some crap, some stuff that's not even cubic zirconia. It's like the plastic version of it. Yeah, okay. I just can't imagine, like I said, any bride, regardless of her budget at all, regardless whether she has a little to spend or a lot to spend or none to spend. I think if especially if a bride were on a budget, she would definitely be like, oh no, I'll spend my money elsewhere. Definitely not on your cheap plastic jewelry. Oh dear, it's another Lula sale. Hashtag Lula ruined. Oh God. Brand new LuLaRoe clothing, $10 a piece.
Back to school bargains. Brand new LuLaRoe at rock bottom. Liquidation prices. Everything is $5 to $10. Dressing, skirts, tops, leggings.
I'm sure the sale has absolutely zero to do with the fact that you're trying to cater to a back to school crowd and everything to do with the fact that you desperately need money. Because I'm sure you wasted it all on that stuff right there. I'm just saying, for liquidation, I think you need to go cheaper than $5 to $10. You need to go like $2 to $3 an item. That's at least when I think liquidation. I'm thinking like under $5. I'm thinking cheap. But hey, I don't know. Maybe I'm just cheap in my old age. I don't know. I've always kind of been this way. But yeah, the older I get, the more I'm less willing to spend money on stuff, especially stuff like this, which I would just not spend money on at all. Unless it were, I guess, $1 to $2. Because I actually had one of my subscribers mention something that they were going to buy up some of the ugly leggings and clothes and make really cool pillows with them, kind of like tacky, awful pillows. And that seems like a great way to repurpose them. I mean, talk about cheap material. That's like really cheap fabric. You can't go to the fabric store and get stuff for that cheap. Just go buy a bunch of LuLaRoe, like 100 pieces for $1, and then there you go, boom, you have all the fabric you're ever gonna need to make some really wacky pillows or some other artsy fartsy crafts. Oh gosh, these LuLaRoe sales. We're just gonna be seeing more and more of this as time goes on, just more and more. Okay, now this is scary. This is an actual book that, ooh, the dog just farted. Holy cow, you guys. Do you have a dog that can just really let it rip? Because Boots is that guy. I mean, and he eats a healthy diet. I feed him really good food. I even include like fresh chicken that I cook myself into his meals. You know, like pumpkin, blueberries. I do quite a bit. And it just... Wow, okay, anyway. Wow, I'm going to just leave that in. Enjoy that tidbit. Anyways, this is an actual book that is for, I guess, the brobots. Or not even the brobots. These are the husbands of women who are now MLM consultants, whether they be a LuLaRoer or a Unique consultant or Arbonne or It Works, whatever the heck, pick your poison. But this is basically a book that is trying to, all those concerns that the husband might be having, in his brain. Like, I don't know, this seems like a sham. This book is basically supposed to dispel any concerns that husband might have so that he will let his wife dive headlong into this giant mess, which is just awful. It's terrible. I can't believe I don't know, and the way they try to pitch it, like a skeptical husband's guide, like, oh, aren't you skeptical? Like, I bet you are. Well, but don't worry because it's all legit. Like, I don't know. It's just some trash right there. Just more, don't just have the wives lie to their husbands, have the company lie to the husbands too. That makes it way more fun. Like, if everybody's lying, it's way more fun. Trust me. If we were all being honest, it would be so boring. Oh my God.
Things that happened today. The grocery store sample guy said I must try the turmeric ginger coconut milk because it was going to rock my world. I did, and it did. A lady at the crystal store asked me if I would please stand a little closer to her while she read because the vibrations of my essential oils was raising her frequency and making her feel so happy. Got in my car and rode by a guy on a unicycle. I love you so much, Asheville.
Okay, calm down, Young Living hun. Calm down. Wow. I am sure all of this happened exactly like you said it did. 100% r/that happened. And, maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe some lady did tell you to stand closer to her because you were raising her frequency. But, depending on what part of the world you're in, like here in the Pacific Northwest, I hear people talk like that often. It's best not to take it terribly seriously, It's just kind of the way life is out here, so whatever. And a guy on the unicycle, okay, sure, yeah, that goes along with essential oils, why not? Yeah, Young Living has made your life awesome, you're correct. And I think it's interesting, kind of the psychology she's trying to use here in the first paragraph saying that the grocery store guy suggested she try the turmeric ginger coconut milk because it was going to rock her world. And she took his advice and tried it. And it was so good. It's like her way of being like, so when I suggest these oils are good, that means you should try them, okay? just calm down, dude. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. This is a clip from an Australian magazine from 1957 advertising for a pyramid scheme. The OP actually wrote 1967, but the clip itself says 1957, so we're going to go with that. And this is just funny. I just love knowing. It gives me great comfort for some reason knowing that these MLMs, these pyramid schemes are absolutely nothing new and that they've been around for a really long time and that people like Deanne and Mark didn't start anything or trailblaze anything. In fact, they're just copycats. So, good to know.
Be your own boss, or operate a money-making sideline. Operate my money-making guaranteed plans and make good money and spare or build a profitable full-time business. No goods or outfits to buy. No canvassing. Any man or woman from 20 to 65 living in a city or country can make money quickly with my guaranteed plans. You can make 5 to 50 pounds extra a week.
Okay, I'm going to drop that and just read the rest. My guaranteed money-making plans have opened the door to success for many others. They can for you too. All you need is a real desire for more money. Okay? Let me show you how. Details of the guaranteed plans will be posted to you without obligation. Send no money, just print your name and address in the coupon below and post today. Don't delay. This offer can't be left open indefinitely. Rush this coupon now. So it's a coupon. It's not a coupon. It's just a way for these people to get your information. This is essentially before there were tons of cell phone numbers to get. You got people's information by stuff like this. Before you could go on Google and do those public searches or any of that stuff, this is how you got people's information. This is how you found people to peddle your wares to. But yeah, it's just funny to know that it's been going on for so long and that the model of it really hasn't changed at all. I mean, throw in some emojis and a couple more huns and add some more zeros to the amount of money you can make, and it's like the exact same spiel. Like the exact same. I apologize ahead of time on this read through. The grammar in this one is a little bit interesting, so if I stumbly bumbly through it, that's why. My mom almost fell for an MLM, but my aunt is still in one. I'll try to keep this short and try to stick on topic. So around 3 months ago, my mom was getting desperate in her money-making endeavors. We aren't too well off, and she has outstanding debt and student loans for her nursing degree. My aunt had recently fallen into Amway because she got recruited by the biggest Amway rep in my city, and she roped in my mom. These jerks expected to meet up every day. She ended up spending $200 on it. Now, to those of you who are better off, $200 might not seem like a lot, especially compared to a lot of people in this sub. But to my family, $200 on something that yields nothing useful is a huge loss. Though she did go to the meetings for almost a month, my mom has pretty good intuition and realized relatively early that she was pretty much this male Hun's minion, and she didn't do anything drastic prior, like quitting her home nursing job. We escaped relatively unharmed other than the $200, but the gall of these manipulative jerks to try and use a single mom to make money makes my blood boil. I was even suspicious that she might be in an MLM when she kept talking about her business, but would never give me a name. When she suddenly stopped talking about her business, I thought nothing of it and just forgot about it. But when she recently told me that it was a company called Amway, I told her about MLMs and promptly wrote this. As said in the title, my aunt is still in the MLM, and she might be transforming into a Hunbot. I honestly never even knew how one disregarded gut feeling cold have put our family in the ground. Okay, I don't 100% understand that last sentence, but either way, the feeling, the emotions come across good enough for me. That's a sad story. I'm really happy that your mom didn't fall into it, at least not too far. And I can understand $200 to people like myself who live paycheck to paycheck. That's a really big deal. You know, I hate wasting money, and I don't like having to spend large chunks unless I really have to. You know, and I constantly worry about those large spends when I make them, like, oh man, was that the right thing to do? Is it going to be worthwhile? And then I critique myself the whole way through. So I can understand that. I can definitely relate to that type of money fear. But $200 to be free of Amway forever is maybe a gift in disguise. So I'm happy for you and your mom. I am sad that your aunt is still in there, and I hope that she wakes up, and I hope that she doesn't lose any more money, because that's just what these do. They just take every penny you have, and then they chew you up and they spit you out. It's time for Wholesome Moment of the Day, folks, and today it's going to be a little more somber than normal. Heads up for that. So a few videos back, I featured a photo of this little cutie patootie named Boo, and I didn't know much about Boo at the time. I just featured the photo because cute dog, right? Anyway, I received an email shortly after from Danielle, who is the owner of Boo, who let me know that Boo is not in the greatest of health. In fact, this week, possibly today or the day after, Boo is going to be put down because she's 12 years old and has diabetes and Cushing's disease, and it's just her time. So it's a sad moment, and we're going to send some really nice hugs, internet hugs, their way over to Danielle and to her husband, because this is a toughie. And they definitely deserve some credit for taking care of a special needs dog for so long. And so because of that, from our little foxy hearts to yours, thank you. And to Boo, good luck on your travels, little dude. Alright, Foxtrotters, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked that video, please hit that like button down below. If you have any good comments or suggestions, please leave that down below as well. I love to read your comments and interacting with you all. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and become a Foxtrotter. Come join the Den. Den Mother would love to have you. And feel free to check out my Patreon. I'll link it here somewhere. And if you don't feel like checking out my Patreon, also okay. I'm truly just glad you're here spending time with me. And I know that that wholesome moment of the day was a little different today, but that's okay. It felt appropriate. Tomorrow or the next video, we will resume with the 3 photos, so keep sending them in. I just really wanted to do a little shout out, little send off to Boo and her family. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And as always, folks, until the next video, take care.